November 6, 2020, King Von, a close associate of the rapper Lil Durk, was taken down while outside a club. Though this had nothing to do with NBA YoungBoy, his passing has increased the tension between the two camps, who have been engaged in a beef stretching back years. The beef had already been escalating, but the last 2 years have been the height of it, particularly the period following Von's passing. Since then, the respective players on either territory have traded shots at each other on tracks and on social media. What is the story behind this beef though? To help you make sense of it all, we've put together a history of how these talented rappers ended up at each other's necks. Origin of the beef. The two rappers were not always at each other's throats. NBA YoungBoy and Lil Durk have collaborated on the song My Side 2017, but there is no love between them now, as speculations are rife that they're trading shots in new music. Durk seemingly dissed YoungBoy with his verse on the single Still Running with Lil Baby and Meek Mill. Many assume the reason behind the alleged beefs between the rappers might have something to do with their affiliations. Quando Rondo, who was apparently close to YoungBoy, was involved in the conflict that saw King Von taken down. King Von Saga. The rapper and close associate of Lil Durk was one of the two people taken down during an exchange of gunfire. This incident happened outside an Atlanta hookah lounge. During this altercation, 4 other people were wounded by the event was so heated that even the police officers arriving at the scene were forced to fire their weapons. 2 groups of men argued in the parking lot around 3:30 a.m. and bullets were fired, authorities said. An off-duty Atlanta police officer who was working at the Monaco Hookah Lounge and an officer was patrolling nearby confronted the gunman. According to Quando's camp, Rondo didn't come looking for trouble on that day. Sources close to the rapper reported that he wasn't seeking out a fight the night King Von passed. They claimed Von was acting as the aggressor in the confrontation that preceded. The sources also say Quando was napping in a car outside the club when Von and his crew approached them in anger. Quando Rondo tells his perspective from the night King Von got. So I'm letting this group come by. Next thing you know, hit me. I lied to you not. It's like I had an out-of-body experience. This incident was extremely upsetting to Lil Durk, as King Von was taken away from this world just when the world was beginning to understand just how talented he was. LeBron James and Chance the Rapper are among many other celebrities that have reacted to King Von's passing. The beef. Though none of the rappers have publicly addressed any bad blood between the two, the nature of the beef is clear to see. In January 2022, only hours after Lil Durk took shots at his arch-rival NBA YoungBoy and his associates with a diss track called Aha, which is part of the latest album, 7220. YoungBoy took to the mic and decided to answer in the same way as he released his new single, I Hate YoungBoy, just hours later. NBA YoungBoy is currently on house arrest, and that might be the reason why it did not take long enough for him to drop a diss track. I Hate YoungBoy. The Louisiana native not only took shots at Lil Durk, but also his fiancée India and other industry stalwarts like Lil Baby, Gucci Mane, King Von, 21 Savage, Boosie, and a few others. YoungBoy and Durk taking shots at each other quickly broke the internet as their fans clashed on Twitter arguing who did better. YoungBoy fans, however, seemed more aggressive, claiming that the 22-year-old clearly won the beef. Lil Durk's close friend tragically passed in November 2020 after an altercation with associates of Quando Rondo, who was signed to YoungBoy's Never Broke Again record label. YoungBoy had also mentioned King Von in his song Bring the Hook, released in January 2022, that apparently did not go down well with Durk. Noting the same, Durk dissed YoungBoy and his associates with his brand new track, Aha. In the song he raps, don't respond to with Von. Yeah. I'm like, you tripping, go get your gun, let's get it, yeah, gun. They dropping locations, I'm getting it done, woo gang, tweeting, we sliding, the feds will come, yeah man, what? NBA YoungBoy in his latest banger calls out Durk in India while rapping, Quando got no filter, and he say that, they gon' with him, clean up on aisle O, youngin' let that chop blow, hey my brother let that stick blow, no that's my smoke, he called me that's India, that be yo, while dissing the late King Von, he spits, dissing me, mad about his dead homie. But wait, there is more where that came from. YoungBoy directly addressed some of the insults Lil Durk slipped into Aha. As he said on his response track, he doesn't seem to be too bothered by the track, calling it weak. This just goes to show this beef isn't dying anytime soon. This isn't their first rodeo, and the two rappers have a long history of taking digs at each other. Apart from Aha, Lil Durk released yet another single, 7220, which had lyrics dissing YoungBoy. The dig is most likely in reference to YoungBoy's recent prison time, which saw him locked up for the possession of firearms. Lil Durk certainly doesn't exactly have a clean record either. He has also served time, though not as extensively as his counterpart. The two have also been involved in another type of warfare, the use of billboards. The erection of the billboards could possibly change the scope of just how beefs are administered in the modern battle. This means engaging in physical confrontations or war of words for market domination, especially in your rival's jurisdiction. YoungBoy decided to promote his Colors mixtape on his huge spread as he brandishes the tagline, YB versus everybody. Meanwhile, the billboard uploaded in Louisiana was worded, Durk better. NBA YoungBoy's legal troubles. Despite his success, YoungBoy's career has been marked by a long history of legal issues that began in 2016 and has released multiple projects during his incarceration. On October 26, 2021, he was released from jail on a $1.5 million bail after serving 7 months and was sentenced to pretrial house arrest in Utah. In the middle of this beef, he currently faces close to 7 years in prison for various charges if the decision from his trial is not ruled in his favor. YoungBoy is soon to go on trial on federal gun charges. The Baton Rouge artist was arrested along with 15 others in 2020 on suspicion of possession of stolen firearms and distributing, and the trial date has been set for May 16th in Louisiana's Middle District. His lawyer denied any guilt, stating there was no indication that he had any on him at the time of the arrest. As news of his arrest surfaced, YoungBoy deleted all of his social media, including his Instagram and Twitter accounts. The rapper entered a preliminary plea of not guilty to charges of possession of an unregistered firearm by a felon and has been on house arrest since October. Though his team is confident in his release, he is still under close monitoring. However, he's got reason to be optimistic about the outcome of the trial. At the end of February, U.S. District Court Chief Judge Shelley Dick ruled that video evidence of YoungBoy brandishing the firearms in question was invalid due to an unlawful search of the SD card containing it. While an anonymous 911 call about men brandishing guns prompted police to break up what was reported as a rap video shoot in September 2020, the warrant only mentioned the video. YoungBoy's defense filed a motion to have the evidence suppressed, which the judge granted after deeming the warrant invalid. The rapper's defense lawyer, Drew Findling, said of the upcoming trial, "We're 100% convinced of his innocence, and now we have to continue to evaluate our strategy. The unconstitutionality of the law enforcement was clearly evident to the court and resulted in a slew of evidence being thrown out. We're looking forward to going to court." Lil Durk, legal trouble. NBA's rival Lil Durk also has quite a checkered past. He was arrested on a weapons charge back in 2011 and sentenced to 3 months in jail. He was released on bond but ended up serving 87 days of that sentence. He was charged again in 2013 and charged with unlawful use of a firearm by a felon when police witnessed him throwing a firearm into his car as they approached him. On the 14th of June 2019, a judge in Fulton County found probable cause to charge Durk Derek Banks and fellow rapper King Von with 5 felonies. During that time, Lil Durk also faced a criminal street gang charge. The case was a fast-developing one. Only earlier that month, warrants were issued for the 2 rappers in connection with a dangerous event that happened on February 5th outside of an Atlanta restaurant known as The Varsity. Just the previous months, Lil Durk had maintained in an interview that he was innocent. He also dropped a song titled Turn Myself In during that time, where he restated his innocence and directly addressed his legal troubles. Shortly after that, he gave himself in. On the day of the event, witnesses saw 23-year-old John Witherspoon in a verbal altercation with an unidentified group of men. Witnesses described seeing Lil Durk pull out a gun, after which his victim ran around the building. Minutes later, the witness heard After being shot, the victim ran across the street to One Cigar Bar and Lounge where the staff called an ambulance for him. Witherspoon was admitted to the hospital in serious condition. Prosecutors say Durk and Von knew Witherspoon personally and had planned to rob him because they knew he had $30,000 on him, an expensive diamond chain, and a nice car. They also argued that the case was gang-related due to Lil Durk's Chicago gang affiliation. After the 2-hour hearing, the judge found probable cause to charge Lil Durk and King Von with criminal attempt to commit aggravated possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Reactions to the beef. DJ Academics, too, took to Twitter as he could not resist the heat between 2 young rappers. His first tweet, NBA YoungBoy done dissed on this one song, Lil Durk, India, Durk Girlfriend. Durk Dad, King Von, 21 Savage, Gucci Mane, Boosie, Apple, YouTube, streamers, Chinese Kitty, the whole industry. Wow. And then posted, why NBA YoungBoy going so crazy on everybody? What y'all did to him? Clearly not everyone is supportive of the beef, which is exactly what King Von's former manager Track explained while on the No Jumper set. In doing so, he described the ramifications of what transpired on November 6, 2020, when Von died. Nobody pulled up with a drop and ready to blitz or do nothing to nobody. It was literally a crazy, unexpected night, he said. The turnaround happened when everybody ended up getting up. Your homeboy got shot, your other homeboy career is affected, he said. Track feels the situation between the OTF and Never Broke Again crew should be squashed since it negatively influences the culture. Still, the manager also feels the beef is more geared toward entertainment since YB in turn don't qualify as true ops who usually reside in the same area. The chart topper 21 Savage brought back the mysterious topic of the beef between Lil Durk and NBA YoungBoy in an interview with DJ Academics. He revealed that many rappers will not collaborate with YoungBoy as they are close to Lil Durk. You don't have to pick sides, 21 told DJ Academics, adding, but you gotta be a certain type of artist to be in the middle. Fans' reaction to the beef. NBA's song Bring the Hook was released during the height of the beef, and verse 2 featured a reference to the late King Von. Fans online also reacted to the song, with many calling for the beef to end. Don't die for a pseudo, one person commented. Others, however, felt that NBA YoungBoy was responding to shots thrown at him by Lil Durk and his associates. Durk was claiming a body he ain't catch or touch, but Durk and his people been dissing YoungBoy, so when YoungBoy responds, it's an issue. One fan wrote, I really hate when people disrespect the dead regardless of the beef. These kids don't respect nothing or nobody. Empathy and compassion starts at home, asking with a lot of other things that generation lacks. One fan added, while another said, the two of you young men got about 40 kids in total. Please stop the violence. For now, the beef doesn't look like it might die down anytime soon.